Good evening and welcome to round 5 of Ultra Quiz 1984. We started with 1,000 eager competitors in Bewley. We took 28 survivors on to Deauville, 20 to Paris and 16 to Bruges in Belgium last week. Now this week we brought the Ultra Quiz first 11, or last 11 if you prefer, 6,000 miles and half a world away to Los Angeles. Someone once described Los Angeles as 1,000,000 swimming pools in search of a city. And appropriately enough, our contestants weren't here very long before they were right in the swim. Hattie Ison from Coventry, Ian Smith from Harpenden in Hertfordshire, Bruce Newlands from Redhill, Angela Brooks from Stanwick in Northants, Linda Kent from Oldham, Valerie Gould from North Devon, Brenda Hansford from Hartley Wintney in Hampshire, Lisa Harding from Solihull, Roland Gaffin from Groombridge in Sussex, Maggie Brown from Walsall, and Brian Allardyce from York. Yes, this is downtown Los Angeles, and we're in the remarkable Westin Bonaventure Hotel, where the lobbies were so full of cafes and boutiques and restaurants that the only place left to put the lifts was outside. It's just one of a host of extraordinary sights and scenes which make this city unique. Whichever way you look, at the people, at the buildings, at the cars, you're reminded constantly that this is life in the city of the future. But for our 11 survivors in our Ultra Quiz Tathlon, the race for £10,000, the biggest prize in British television, is already well underway. And by the end of this round, this programme tonight, 2 will have fallen by the wayside as the hurdles get higher and the pace gets more punishing. Right now, they're getting ready to come up here and join us. So, over to Willie.
Thank you, sir. Here we are assembled and heading north. Anyone here particularly alarmed by this?
Yes.
Very few are looking out at the fine views of Los Angeles spread out behind you. It's perfectly right. Never goes wrong. Are you claustrophobia? Vertigo? So am I. Oh, there is a God. Just keep breathing. Excuse me, women and children first.
Not so fast, folks. The first game is here. Right, now an explanation why you've got those little mini pads and mini pencils there, because Willie was talking to you all about phobias in elevators, you know, whether it's claustrophobia or vertigo or whatever. So we thought we'd have 5 questions right now about phobias. Answer A, B, or C, right? A fear of fears is known as A, phobophobia, B, terrorphobia, or C, tremophobia. The answer is A, phobophobia. Now, sufferers of hippophobia have a fear, nothing to do with rhinoceroses particularly, but A, horses, B, water mammals, or C, swimming. Hippophobia. Have you all turned over? What did you all have? A and C. Anyone have B? No. Oh, well, it was A, actually. It was A for horses. A, horses, is hippophobia. 3, if you were terrified of crowds, would your condition be A, monophobia, B, demophobia, or C, cynophobia? The answer is B, demophobia. It's also a fear of outer escargot. There's also demophobia. 4, cynophobia, S-I-N-O phobia, is a fear of A, China, B, suffocation, or C, left-handedness. And the answer is China. A, China. Fear of China. That's the country, I think, not the Royal Dalton. Which of these is hydrophobia, right? Hydrophobia. Either A, a fear of 2-headed beasts, B, fear of water, or C, fear of heat. The third would be very appropriate in this elevator, wouldn't it? But which did you have for that one? B, quite right, with the hydro, yes, the hydrophobia. luck, Brian. Bruce, you got 4. Now, you two. The tension mounts, right? Because you both got 2 each. So you've got to do really well in the next round, all right?
We'll try.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good Lord, Patrick McNee. The years have been laughably overgenerous to you, in my view. Oh, no, would you like a tidbit?
You really want me to have one, do you?
No, you don't have to, no.
Oh, no, I don't think I would.
Offering. I'll be revolving, yours with me. Are you still working on it?
Yes, I've been working for the last 40 years.
Have you retired now?
No, I'm going over to do the James Bond film. I don't know what it's called, but my friend Roger Moore is in it. I'm sure it must be nepotism. I wouldn't have got the part otherwise, but I've known him for about 35 years, and I think I have to run about with him, you know. I am a certain age, 62, and I'm running up and down hills now in training.
He's quite near to that himself, though. You know, I mean,
Well, oh, I don't think so, and much cleverer.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt you chaps, but
David.
Mr. Rushton's got a job to do.
Pleasure.
Oh,
We'll give you a
lovely
bit
to
of
see you, Willie.
Patrick, great to see you
David.
again.
Oh, it's
here in
wonderful.
Los Angeles, too. Do you know why Willie was showing you this strange stuff here?
Not really.
It's the next quiz in Ultra.
Ah.
Righto, team, on the command. Blindfolds on, blindfolds on, blindfolds. It's good to see strict military discipline still works after all these years. Grand. Nothing. You haven't got your glasses on.
We've tested their smell and we've tested their general knowledge and their coordination. And this time, we're going to test their sense of taste and also of memory, because they've got to taste these and then they've got to remember what they've tasted. And when the blindfolds come off, write them all down.
Forward garçonesses.
Would you know that?
You want me to say what it is?
Yes.
Well, I love them, of course.
So you-
avocado is a high on my list. I might have.
Yes. This is a...
The
of course,
shrimp is easy.
Yes. Underdeveloped lobster.
Right, the food is now all in front of you. On my whistle, you have 2 minutes. So, group. I'll give you a minute warning.
I'll be very interested to see how many they get right. 10 out of 10, I think, would be impossible. Quite tough.
I would think so, yes. There's one particularly difficult one there.
Yes. The empty one. I think they've worked out the sticks are wood flavoured anyway. Do you like living here?
Oh, I wouldn't dream of living here. I live in Palm Springs in the desert. And at the moment I take a summer place in San Diego. I only come here to work. This is what we call Hollywood. I used to live here in the 50s, years ago. And I was an extra on Rawhide and things like that. I go back a long way.
What was your first break in Los Angeles? Don't tell me for a minute, they're coming
Right.
up to the end of their time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Grope for whistle. 3, 2, 1. Kick off. What a sporty little creature. Okay, blindfolds off. Pick up your pads, and you have 1 minute to write them all down, starting 9.
This is the vital bit, because out of this 11, 1 gets eliminated when we go to the break. So this is crucial.
They've come a long way, haven't
They've
they?
come a long way. Well, the judges have completed their totting up here, and interesting answers, some of them. I don't know, that mushroom that Angela had must have been a very old, dried, hard mushroom to come out as cork. You had here. There's a criticism of our quality of food here, I think, in that case. Now, the tension was, of course, as we pointed out after the first game, that Ian and Roland were in danger there. Ian fought back amazingly to come out equal top in the taste test with 8. That was the most that anyone got. Bruce got it as well. But alas, Roland, I'm sorry to say, is the one who has to leave us at this stage with a total of 5. And so, Roland, I mean, for the rest of the group, we've got a special ultra quiz cocktail prepared for the hotel. But for you, Willie has got some really stylish Los Angeles type transport to the airport.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roland, because you've been a grand competitor. You've had quite a good time, haven't you? Here is your transport to the airport. Well, not all of it. Not this bit. This contains 29 Japanese business executives. But if you just leap in there. Thank you very much. One of your bags. And the other of your bags. Thank you very much. Drive on, would you? So long, Roland. And remember, it's LA. Don't breathe until you get into the airport building.
What a feeling, he's believing. I can't hold it all, now I'm dancing for my life. What a feeling.
And so for all of you, we've got our Ultra Quiz special cocktail, winner's cocktail, survivor's cocktail. Some of you were asking what's in it. It's rum, orange curacao, bourbon, and orange juice. So congratulations to all of you. You've come this far. Cheers. We'll see you right after the break. Cheers.
He's believing.
What's that, Grandad?
That was Milkman and his float. Cap off. Years ago, the British housewife started buying some of her milk from elsewhere. So doorstep delivery, as we knew it, became a thing of the past. If only she'd ordered all the milk from Milkman. She'd know it were fresh. That milk round would have been saved. It were that easy.
Mr. Bottomley, wake up, Mr. Bottomley. You've been dreaming.
Dreaming? What a nightmare.
Get fresh, get bold.
Use your milkman. Don't let him become a thing of the past.
Oh, oh.
All a cornflake needs is a little silver spoon.
Okay, Ultra Quiz Part 2, take 1.
Yes, folks, this is Hollywood. Welcome back with the odds down from 1,000 to 1 now to literally exactly 10 to 1 for our 10 survivors. And we've come here now to Hollywood, right here, Hollywood Boulevard. Behind me, Mann's Chinese Theatre, formerly Groman's Chinese Theatre, probably the most famous movie palace in the world. And just in case that isn't enough to remind our competitors that they're here in Celluloid City, this stretch of pavement here is known as the Walk of the Stars because it's literally star-studded, a veritable who's who of Hollywood commemorated in hundreds of golden stars. There are as many as 50 or 60 on this block alone. Game 3 is already in progress, and we've given our contestants a pretty rough assignment to commit to memory in just 5 minutes as many of those 50 or 60 names as possible. But let's not disturb them. Let's just eavesdrop because they're going to need all the concentration they can get. The £10,000 is getting closer, and Willie's gong will soon be sounding to end this part of the game. This is a city based on fame. The story is told of one ambitious Hollywood character who was so desperate to see his name in lights that he changed it to Exit. Well, here they are now, and what they've got to do, Willie's going to hand out now the pens to go with the autograph books that they already got, and they're going to have 5 minutes, starting in a moment or two, to try and remember as many of those 60 names as possible. So memory was part of the first part of this program. It's a big part of this one. 5 minutes, starting from...
Now? Somewhere near here is a famous waxwork museum. Are you real? Me, Willie. You, famous Curtis? This interview is going tremendously well so far. Don't panic. If you don't speak, I shall kiss you on the lips. You did? I was beginning to believe you were stuffed.
30 seconds to go now. 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautifully done. Right, we'll collect up the books, and while we're totting up the scores, I suggest you take a look around the courtyard here of Mann's Chinese Theatre, because the next questions will be based on 7 of the names you see around this courtyard. Okay, welcome back. You've taken a look at the foot and hand prints. Of course, not everyone leaves just 4 prints. In fact, Dolly Parton left 6. I don't know whether you noticed that. But right now, let's begin by starting with the results so far. Linda got the most right in our memory quiz there. Linda got 28. So Linda gets 10 points, and at the moment, as we go into this 2-part game, Lisa has 9, Brian 8, Hattie 7, Angela 7 as well, Bruce 5 and Brenda 5, Valerie 3, Ian 2, and Maggie 1 as we go into the last round of this part, and that's 14 points at stake here. And here's the first question. One of the stars of the Magnificent Seven was Yul Brynner, the model for the TVM Ed Cup. For which of his movies did he win an Oscar for Best Actor? It was, of course, for the magical love story of the Prince and Princess of Wales, The King and Di, right? Did you all get that one? Looking confident at the moment. A lot of 2 points there. Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe starred in the movie Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Who wrote the novel on which it was based? Very thoughtful looks there. Stroke of the nose by Brian. The answer, Anita Loos. L-W-O-S, Anita Loos. Al Jolson spoke these historic lines in one of his movies in 1927. You ain't heard nothing yet, folks. What was the title? It was not Margaret Thatcher, The Early Years. What was it? And the answer, The Jazz Singer. The Jazz Singer, revived by Neil Diamond not long ago. In the 1960s, Elizabeth Taylor was named Best Actress at the Academy Award presentations for a performance in a movie with Richard Burton. When she won an Oscar for a performance with Richard Burton, what was the name of the movie? The answer, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? The movie about the couple married for 25 years and had only one quarrel, which started on their wedding day and never stopped. One of Jack Nicholson's movies scooped the Academy Awards for Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Picture. So don't get confused with his recent award as Best Supporting Actor. It's the one for Best Actor, Best Actress and Best Picture. What was the name of the movie? All turned over? And the answer, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And now the last question is going to be a very memorable one. Mr. William Rushton has been doing a magnificent drawing which he will now show to you. What is the real name of this man?
Name the man, if I was you. I find it advisable in my caricatures to name the person. John Wayne.
I think everyone guessed that. It's very impressive. Very impressive. And can whoever gets the greatest number of points have this as a souvenir?
Certainly. Put in our laboratory. That's where most of my works end.
Right. The answer to that question was his real name, John Wayne, was Marion Morrison. Marion Morrison. Until one day he decided he wasn't the Marion kind. Right, we'll collect up the answers and give you the results in a second. Well, the judges have handed me the results here, and first of all, the person who got the most right, Angela, got all 7 of those questions right, and so therefore wins the William Rushton Memorial Prize, which will be presented to her now.
Almost pleasure.
There you are. That's all yours for your art gallery in Stanwick in Northamptonshire. And so to the sad moment when we have to decide who we're going to lose. And unfortunately, from Harpenden back to Harpenden, it's Mr. Ian Smith. It's been great having you with us, Ian.
It's been great being here. Thanks very much. I shall take it bravely. I shall go out with my chin high and probably go and shoot myself.
All right, we'll be there to watch you.
Thank you.
Now, in fact, what we've planned is that for all of our winners and survivors, that they're going to polish off their day with a tour of the stars, homes and everything like that. And we thought you might like to polish off your day with William Rushton.
And the loaded Luger, which is waiting for you in there.
There he goes. And so it's 7 ladies and only 2 gentlemen who go on with us to next week's show in Disneyland. Can Bruce and Brian resist the enormous titanic pressure being put on them by our 7 magnificent ladies? See you next week.
Here is your great task. I think we could start here with Zaza. It's as good as any. The polish, the duster,
Oh, thank you.
the humiliating crouch, if you would get down.
Wait. Would you mind holding my cap?
The least I can do. I would tell you at this juncture there are some 2,200 of these, but we have time.
I've got all day.
Yeah. I'll stick around, chat to you.
How y'all doing today? Fine. All right, y'all looking forward to an exciting tour today? Yes. Well, I am very much looking forward to this tour as well, ladies and gentlemen. The area, by the way, we're going to be going to, guys, homes range between $6 and $8 million. They call it Bel Air. Lisa, have you ever thought about surfing? Never? Would you like to sometime? Yes, how about you, Hattie? Oh, you guys are just party animals. I love you to death. This is beautiful.
Can I be the surfboard?
What's this? I don't believe it. I know gentlemen prefer blondes, but to the left-hand side, it's got to be Marilyn Monroe to the left. Oh, my God, I'm in shock. Marilyn, oh, look at that lovely dress.
I think she's really enjoying it.
You think she'd like that round the edges?
Oh, my God, speaking of thrilling, the thriller, ladies and gentlemen, the right-hand side, it's got to be Michael Jackson to the right-hand side. Oh, my God, I love that man's music.